Dr. Michael Brown, a prominent figure in Christian ministry, scholar, author, and host of the widely acclaimed Line of Fire radio program, has recently come under scrutiny for allegations surrounding a relationship with a ministry school graduate in the mid-1990s. With a career spanning over 5 decades, Brown's life has been marked by theological contributions and leadership within the Christian community. But these allegations have cast a shadow on his ministry. In a December 2 report, the board members of the Line of Fire announced that they had engaged an independent firm to investigate the allegations. While the specifics of these allegations have not been fully disclosed, Brown's response offers a mixture of transparency, humility, and a strong defense of his character. His statement is a window into the complexity of addressing accusations in the realm of ministry, especially when they involve relationships that may have been misinterpreted or mishandled. A denial of adultery but admission of poor judgment. Dr. Brown begins his response with a categorical denial of any form of adultery or sexual intimacy outside his marriage, emphasizing that the allegations do not accuse him of such behavior. Instead, he admits to a lapse in judgment in his interactions with the woman in question, describing their relationship as familial in nature. Nancy and I did have a relationship with the woman in question and considered her to be like a family member, Brown explains. He acknowledges that some aspects of their interactions were foolish and irresponsible, though he maintains they were neither sexual nor immorous. This distinction is critical in understanding Brown's perspective. While he admits to actions that may have caused discomfort or misunderstanding, he strongly refutes any claims of moral failure in the form of an affair or inappropriate romantic involvement. The incident in question. Brown recounts a specific incident in 2002, when the woman informed him that his actions months earlier had made her uncomfortable. In response, he and his wife, Nancy, immediately addressed the matter in line with the principles outlined in Matthew 18, seeking reconciliation and offering an apology. After which, to our knowledge, everything was good between us, Brown notes, adding that they maintained sporadic contact in the years that followed. He expresses surprise at the recent allegations, as there were no prior indications of unresolved issues. The narrative underscores Brown's belief that the situation had been resolved amicably. However, the resurfacing of these allegations has led him to question whether his past actions left a deeper wound than he realized. The investigation and biblical accountability. In his statement, Dr. Brown commends his board for launching a third-party investigation, describing it as a necessary step toward transparency and accountability. Yet he also voices concerns about the way the allegations have been handled publicly, lamenting the absence of a biblical process for resolving conflicts. Unfortunately, when Nancy and I learned through the media that there was an offense towards me in this woman's heart, we were not allowed to follow the mandate of Jesus in Matthew 5:23-26, Brown states. This frustration highlights a broader issue within the church, the tension between handling allegations in a manner consistent with biblical principles and addressing them in a way that satisfies public and legal expectations. A plea for forgiveness and healing. One of the most striking aspects of Brown's response is his willingness to take responsibility for any pain he may have caused, even as he disputes the nature of the allegations. His tone is one of deep remorse and a genuine desire for reconciliation. If it's true that for 23 years she has carried this pain and I am responsible for it, I am beyond mortified and would plead forgiveness and the opportunity to bring healing and restoration, he writes. This statement reflects a humility that seeks to prioritize the well-being of the woman involved over his reputation or defense. It also underscores his commitment to embodying the values he has preached throughout his ministry. A career of influence amidst controversy. Dr. Michael Brown's career has been marked by theological scholarship, passionate advocacy for revival, and a commitment to addressing difficult cultural issues through a biblical lens. As the author of over 40 books and a longtime contributor to Christian media, his influence extends far beyond his immediate ministry. Yet this moment serves as a reminder that no leader, regardless of their accomplishments, is immune to scrutiny. The investigation will not only determine the validity of the allegations, but also serve as a test of Brown's integrity and commitment to accountability. Conclusion: a crossroads for ministry and leadership. As the investigation unfolds, Dr. Michael Brown's response offers a case study in navigating accusations with transparency, humility, and a commitment to biblical principles. While the outcome remains uncertain, his openness to scrutiny and willingness to seek reconciliation speak to the values he has espoused throughout his ministry. This situation also serves as a broader reflection on the challenges faced by Christian leaders in maintaining accountability, fostering trust, and addressing conflicts in a way that honors both the individuals involved and the larger body of Christ. In the end, how Dr. Brown and his ministry navigate these allegations will leave an indelible mark on his legacy, shaping how his contributions to the church are remembered for years to come. According to a December 2 news article, the board members of the Line of Fire have hired an outside firm to investigate charges made against its founder and longtime stream contributor, Dr. Michael Brown. The allegations, which you can read about elsewhere, concern a relationship between Brown and a ministry school graduate in the mid-1990s. Brown's response is included below. The stream will refrain from reporting on this story until the investigation is complete. In recent weeks, very serious accusations have come to me and my board concerning events from 23 years ago. Upon receiving the news, both Nancy and I were shocked and horrified by the mix of accusations, allegations, false statements, and mischaracterizations. That's why we wholeheartedly supported our board's immediate decision to launch a thorough third-party investigation. I can categorically state that in my 53 years in the Lord, and more than 50 years with Nancy, I have never committed adultery or been sexually intimate with another woman, nor do the charges allege that. Yet I must ask, in all humility and in the fear of the Lord, if an article on a news site is the best way to address these allegations and accusations. Does this glorify the Lord, edify the body, bring healing and restoration, or advance the cause of truth? Nancy and I did have a relationship with the woman in question and considered her to be like a family member, and she conducted herself as one who viewed our relationship the same way. But she was not a family member, and aspects of my interaction with her, although totally non-sexual in every way, reflected a definite lack of judgment on my part. Before she relocated to another state in August 2002, she informed me that our interaction months earlier had made her uncomfortable. And so Nancy and I met with her immediately in the spirit of Matthew 18. I apologized to her from the heart. We talked things through together, after which, to our knowledge, everything was good between us. In the years that followed, at least through 2015, she contacted me sharing family updates, sending prayer requests, and checking in on Nancy and me. Naturally, we thought that everything was fine in every way. How could we have known otherwise? As to allegations that I stifled those who questioned the nature of our relationship, it is because they accused me of having an affair. Of course I rebutted those ridiculous charges. At no time over the years did anyone approach me, asking me or my ministry to conduct a third-party investigation. The fact is that my actions towards her were certainly foolish and irresponsible, but neither sexual nor immorous in any way, and my highest priority, as well as Nancy's, is to have the opportunity to meet together in a setting acceptable to her and bring healing, where I can take full responsibility for the things which apparently hurt her so deeply, things which I thought we addressed 23 years ago. Unfortunately, when Nancy and I learned through the media that there was an offense towards me in this woman's heart, we were not allowed to follow the mandate of Jesus in Matthew 5:23-26, but only given the option of offering a response to an article that would be released online. What happened to biblical process? That being said, if it's true that for 23 years she has carried this pain, and I am responsible for it, I am beyond mortified and would plead forgiveness and the opportunity to bring healing and restoration. Her well-being remains our priority. Dr. Michael Brown is the host of the nationally syndicated Line of Fire radio program, He is the author of more than 40 books, including Can You Be Gay and Christian? Our Hands Are Stained with Blood, and Seize the Moment, How to Fuel the Fires of Revival. You can connect with him on Facebook, X, or YouTube.